Hello chess friends and welcome to Azadov's chess channel and welcome to my Basics in Chess series. So in this series we see opening principles, middle game strategies and middle game plannings and the endgame strategies. So today we're going to continue with the middle game strategies, but with a new subject. We'll do this recognition of the common pawn structures. So there are these common pawn structures that always come out of this familiar openings. Maybe we have Sicilians, Perch defense, King's Indian, and they always end in this common pawn structures. And in this mini series, I think we'll have at least 20 videos with this recognition of the pawn structure. We'll see how I should approach against this common pawn structures in the center. So today we do this Boleslavsky wall, and I will reset you up the position of the Boleslavsky wall. We have here the position in which you see this position always is a result of the trade of the pawn from e5 on d4, and black will continue the game with this weak d6 pawn. So what are the ideas for black? What are the ideas for white here? So from white's perspective, our goal is of course the weak d6 pawn. So one of the strategical ideas can be the attack on the weak d6 pawn. The other strategical idea could be a c5 move, which could really be sort of a pawn breakthrough here, or maybe the move e5, which will really break the center here. So the other strategical idea could be maybe here a minority attack, and that's why I've explained you first this direction of our attack. You see also here with b4 and b5 we have the possibility to create maybe a minority attack, because we have this 3 and 4 situation on the queen side. So or we could use the pawn majority and create a majority attack here with f4 and e5 ideas. So these are the ideas for white. Let's see now black's ideas in these types of position. Black's ideas could be an attack on this weakened c4 or e4 pawn. Black could also try a pawn breakthrough here with the moves as d5, or maybe with b5 with the preparation maybe on a6. He could also try a pawn breakthrough here with the move f5, or he could create this a5 a4 with maybe knight on c5 blocking system here. So this could be black's idea in these types of variations. So today we'll start this Boleslavsky wall with this kingside attack by white with the moves as f4 and e5. So we'll see now a couple of examples of this of top grandmasters, how they handled this Boleslavsky wall. So the first instructive game that I wanted to show you, it was played by Shakria Mamedjarov here with the white pieces against Luis Arizmendi Martinez. And here you see we have a similar pawn structure like this Boleslavsky wall, and of course white has this pawn majority on the king side, and we have the 4 and 3 situation here, and I've explained this pawn majority in my basics in chess video, and you can see the link of that video of course at the end of this video. But let's see now how Shakmi Mamedjarov used this pawn majority against this Boleslavsky wall. So here after b5 Mamedjarov took c takes b5. As you can see, black tried this common black's idea in the Boleslavsky attack with b5, and here after trade of the pawns on b5, here b4 played by Shakmi Mamedjarov. This is an important move which blocks out so far the queen side. It also creates a tempo, so we have here knight on e6 and now f4. Now Shakri Mamedjarov wants to get use of this pawn majority, and we want to maybe kick away the f6 knight with moves as e5. Knight on d4 was played, bishop takes on d4, and now c5. We have b takes c5, d takes c5, and now bishop on e5, attacking the rook. Here in the continuation, black tried rook takes on e5 because he was annoyed by this very well bishop here on e5. But you see, if black would have played maybe here rook on b6, then you have bishop on d6 with the preparation again to play the move e5, and you see we will have then a very nice attack with the pawn majority on the king side. So you see, very good prepared here by Shakhriyar Mamedjarov. So that's why here rook takes on e5 was played. We have f takes e5, knight on h5, but now knight on d5, and let's see now the continuation: queen on e8, and now bishop on f3, queen on e5. Now bishop takes on h5, g takes h5, knight on f4, fixing the knight here, and now bishop on e6. Now simply trade off the pieces here on e6, f takes e6, and now h4. Many moves were played after this, but I hope you realize that Shakhriyar Mamedjarov had a really winning endgame here, but that was all possible because he first understood that black will try this b5 outpost, and that's why he prevented it with the move here after b5. Here c takes b5, a takes b5, and now b4. He gained the tempo after knight on e6. Here we have now the pawn majority with the move f4, and Shakhriyar Mamedjarov played very actively here and created this kingside attack. So here is also position in this Boleslavsky wall. We have here the position in which again you see black tried this a5, a4 with knight on with knight on c5 blocking system. You see this knight is very well placed. It cannot be kicked away by any pawns by white, so black will coordinate his attack around this knight. And here after knight on b3, bishop on e3 was played, bishop on e6, but now f4. And here is the instructive game between Tigran Vartanovich Petrosyan against Alexander Kotov. Here Petrosyan also used this kingside attack, the possibility to create this kingside attack. Here rook on d8 was played, and now queen on f2. Now we have a couple of options here. Basically white is here really on the advance because we have the possibility to play bishop on b6, f5 ideas, g4 ideas, stuff like that. We have good control with these rooks on this d and e file. The bishop is a little bit blocked out, but it can also maybe go into the game through e2 and then support the potential g4, g5. So many options here for Petrosyan. That's why queen on a6 was placed, but now bishop on b6, rook on d7, and now c5. Discovered attack on the queen. Here we have bishop on c4, bishop takes on c4, and now queen takes on c4, but now e5. And you see how dangerous this pawn majority can be, but that was also only possible because Tigran Petrosyan played actively on the king side with the pawns. If he had tried another plan, you see, maybe he would even lose the game. Here you see black is not allowed to take the pawn because we have here sort of a pinning situation on the rook, so that's why d5. But now again knight on e4, again with the same idea. Black cannot take, but this is now black's problem. He cannot prevent this knight on f6 idea, and that's why he took the knight anyway on e4. And now rook takes on d7, bishop takes on c5, bishop takes on c5, knight takes on c5, but now rook on d4, queen on e6, and now queen on c2. We have b6, and now rook on d6, queen on c8, queen on c4, and now h5. Now rook takes on g6, and this is of course a completely winning game now for black. Many moves were also played in this game, but I hope you realize that Tigran Petrosyan has of course a winning endgame here. So I hope you realize these ideas. We have this Boleslavsky wall, so you see this you can use this pawn majority that I explained already in my basics in chess videos, in my middle game strategies, with this direction of the attack mini series. So when you're playing, of course, against this Boleslavsky wall, try to find this pawn majority on the king side and try to push slowly, but you should really play actively in that types of games, because you see black has also his ideas with b4 b5 b4 ideas, sort of blocking system, maybe on the queen side, and you should play of course very actively in this kinds of games. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can watch this pawn majority video from my basics in chess series with this direction of the attack, and you can also watch my chess tactics and chess puzzle series if you want to have a better understanding of all of the possible tactical motifs that can happen in a chess game. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and chess is the best, of course.